Hello viewers, welcome to 4 p.m. Sign Prime News. You are with me, Elvis Odhiambo, and sign language interpreter voicing is Gideon Minor. Let us focus in the world of news and inform you what is happening in our country. In our first news item, President William Ruto has appointed LT General Francis Omondi Ogola as the new Chief of Defense Forces, replacing General Robert Kariuki Kibochi, whose time has come to an end. General Ogola was until appointed announced today serving as the Vice Chief of Defense Forces VCDF. General Kibochi, according to a circular from the Ministry of Defense, exit after serving in the military for 44 years. General Francis Omondi Ogola is the new Chief of Defense Force following an appointment by President William Ruto. Ogola, who was until Friday the Vice Chief of Defense Force, holding the rank of LT General, was promoted to a full general and named to head the military. He replaces General Robert Kibochi, whose term of service has ended after 44 years of service. On to our next news item. United States Agency of International Development, USAID, Deputy Mission Director Bet Abamuda commissioned a $26.8 million oxygen processing plant at Nandi Hills Sub-County Hospital, Nandi County. The 283 liters per minute pressure swings absorption PSA oxygen plant funded by USAID and prepare for installation by reaching the Saturation and Epidemic Control RISE project is capable of making medical grade oxygen from air and filling 10 cylinders in 24 hours. Speaking after commissioning a plant at Nandi Hills Sub-County Hospital, the USAID Deputy Mission Director Bet Abamadu said this is a step towards strengthening Kenya's healthcare system to enable Kenyans to lead prosperously fulfilling lives. Abamuda noted that this plant will go a long way in addressing most of the illness at the primary level, saying that oxygen is a critical element that will enable doctors to deal with diseases such as pneumonia, malaria, and other non-communicable diseases. On to our next news. Kilimani Member of Parliament Dismas Barasa opposes the government for arresting televangelist Pastor Ezekiel Odero over his alleged links to Paul Mackenzie and the mass murder that is now at over 100 people in Shakahola, Kilifi County. Mr. Barasa took to social media on Thursday to condemn the apprehension of the New Life Prayer Center and the church preacher stating that the cultic action of some religious leaders should not be used to victimize others. He also stated that Paul Mackenzie and the proclaimed Yesu Watongareni, calling them criminals, and said that they should be held accountable instead of condemnation being placed on the entire region. On to our next news. At least 140,000 university students will miss out on this year's Higher Education Loans Board (HELB) funds due to budgetary cut by the National Treasury in the wake of the current financial crunch. According to the HELB, and National Treasury has allocated 14.8 billion against their target of 20.5 billion. This comes as the board noted that the number of defaulters was on the rise a move that was affecting other beneficiaries of the education system. HELB CEO Charles Rigera said a total of over 500,000 students had applied for the loans, but only 341,000 will benefit from them. Mr. Rigera said the board received 14.8 billion, which was 5.7 billion less than their budgetary demands, meaning a reduction in the number of beneficiaries. He added that 107,000 graduates had delayed in servicing their loans, with the number rising around July of every year. According to the HELB CEO, noted that currently the repayment rate stands at 68%, however, adding that the board is keen to make sure they raise to 76% by the end of this year. On to our last news. Detectives from Directorate of Criminal Investigation have obtained a CCTV footage of how a Ruilu-based man dumped the body of his girlfriend after allegedly killing her following a domestic dispute. Police state that Morris Njuguna calculatedly murdered Rispa Njuguna on the night of all April 17th. That is all we had prepared for you viewers here at 4 p.m. Brief News. Follow us. Make sure you follow us on our social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You have been with me, Elvis Odhiambo, and sign language interpreter voicing is Gideon Minor. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.